I'm big on that. I block anyone.
Yeah.
I will delete any comment. This is whose page?
Whose page?
You're not gonna make me feel bad on my page.
Yeah, no. I'm sitting here in my beautiful studio with blisters all over my feet and my Betsy Johnson heels. And I'm just thinking about how, life is so up and down, and how sometimes I myself can be super hard on myself for not always making the most of the good experiences or the good things that I get to experience. But I realize that it's like the whole magic of life is the unknown, and the unknown is sometimes a mix of good and bad things. So when I feel like shit, I should feel like shit. And when I feel good, I should express that as well. I know the next question is, but what if it's not appropriate for me to feel like shit? What if it's not okay for me to express how I feel? Then I think sometimes, it's important to surround yourself with people who will support you when you feel like you can't support yourself. Speaking of surrounding myself with great people, I have my next guest coming on, and her name is Challan. She uses she, her pronouns, and I have literally been following her since my whole start on social media. She's so much fun, and she's so gorgeous, and I'm so excited to have her on. She's actually an Aries sun, a Sagittarius moon, and a Cancer rising, so this energy is going to be crazy. Let's bring her out. Challan, where you at, girl? Cash grab. Cash grab. So what'd you do today?
Today, I woke up at 4 a.m. to make sure I was nice and dressed to come see you today.
Is this how you move? Do you wake up at 4 a.m. every day?
I have the most insane time management in human existence.
Okay.
So I like to make sure that there's no opportunity to where I can be late for anything.
Wow.
So I made sure I was up at 4. Makeup was done at 9. And I've been sitting on my bed like this, not to mess it up, until I came here.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, and they thems, is cunt competence. Period. Okay, Challan, okay.
Mind you, I'm dead serious.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Like you actually did that? Okay, damn.
Mind you, I went to bed at 1.
How are you still moving?
I don't know. Crash coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Challan, I don't know if you know this, but I have been following you on social media since before I even started making videos.
This is crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, so Shaolin is best known to me since before, I even started making videos on the internet. Like, it was always crazy transitions, hella beat makeup, very dramatic music, voiceover acting, you name it, she's doing it. And it was always so intense because it was always like, she had the LED lights, like, bam, 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 bam. And she also, had, she would use weapons, which, she had crazy knives, or she had, guns. And you know what? Actually, as I'm sitting here thinking about this, where did you get that shit from?
Amazon.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
$20.
Okay.
$20 on Amazon.
Okay.
It's absurd.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And your parents, they just...
My mom helped me film them.
Okay.
Yes, she did. She would be right in the corner getting that BTS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mumsy's very proud of me.
That's sick. So, Challan, where are you from?
I'm from Barbados.
Oh, yes. Damn. I am so jealous. Everybody who knows me knows that I would literally, not that I would, but I thought about it. I've thought about, would I give up my firstborn to have a Bayesian accent?
I don't even have mine anymore.
Damn.
Do you know what's crazy? There's a reason why. There's a very specific reason why.
Okay.
When I first moved here, accents now, people really, they're real into accents are sexy, this and that.
Yeah, back
But
then.
when I was younger, not at all. It was every joke you could think of, I have no idea, what are you even saying? And then, we have different dialects. So for example, what people call hair ties here, ponytails, we call them ruffles. Ruffles, but that's a chip here. So I would be at school and I'd be like, you have a ruffle? And the girl would be like, no, I don't have a chip for you. Mind you, I'm who asked you for a chip? What are you talking about? That was a lot of my experience when I was younger.
Okay.
So it was not a vibe coming here, but
yeah, I feel
living
you.
there was fun.
No, I feel you. I mean, I grew up like both my parents are Congolese, and we grew up speaking French and Lingala, but also having to perfect our English. So my mom would she would beat the accent out of us low key so we could fit in. So I feel you on that.
I had to. I literally used to Google how to talk American, how to talk normal, how to talk English, for hours, and then I would watch videos and copy it.
You know, they have like those videos like where people like who aren't from America will impersonate like American accents. They'd be like, "Pass the fries, Karen. How could you?" And I'm like, "Wow, that is how we sound."
Yeah.
But the thing is, they aren't actually saying words. They're just pronouncing the syllables and pronouncing like the phrasing that we use. It's very nasally. It's
Which
crazy.
is absurd. Like,
Yeah.
now I wish I could go back and not do that. I wish I still had the accent and I still understood patois. I can barely understand it now. All of
Oh,
it like
wow.
faded away.
But I can still see like that, like, you know, like you sort of maintain a pretty like, it's like down to earth, but it's like a more worldly like point of view. That's kind of why I was really attracted to like getting to know you. You know, I'm kind of like more picky about who I literally even talk to, because everything is about the vibes. Everything's about the vibes. You know, it's 2022. Everything is about the vibes.
You should always be picky with who you associate yourself with anyways. You should always protect your peace.
Yeah.
You should always protect your peace.
Yeah.
That's a key. The simplest key
The
ever
simplest
that
key.
everyone knows.
Protect your peace.
Mind you.
PPP.
You gotta put you
Protect-
first.
No. PYP.
I gotta put me first, Lucius.
PYP. Protect your peace.
Did you
Okay.
say PPP?
No,
No, you
I
didn't.
tried.
No, you didn't. You didn't say that.
Okay, so I had to take my shoe off because I was losing circulation in my right foot. So now my right Betsy Johnson is sitting and having her moment. Okay. Anyway, so you know, Shallan, as I'm sitting here and I'm having you here, and some of the questions that I've been asking you about, like your journey as a content creator and where you come from, just as a woman, you know, it makes me think a lot about your chart, which I know you know absolutely nothing about.
Not a thing.
So this is perfect because I feel like people that, you know, watch the show might not be super familiar with what the sun, moon, and the rising sign are about in astrology. And like, it's so, you know how people call you an Aries.
Mm-hmm.
So like you are an Aries sun, which your sun is basically like who you are deep down inside and who you become over time. And then you have your rising sign. So the sun sign is because of the sun was in Aries when you were born, the time you were born. And then the rising sign is going to be it's going to be the constellation that was rising in the east horizon when you were born. So basically it has to do with, astrology has to essentially do with movement and exposure to light, because it's about the earth being in rotation with the rest of the solar system. So every single galaxy has a different like constellation and everything. It is like gibberish to you right now. Like you're like
I'm trying my hardest
yeah.
to understand.
No, yeah.
It just doesn't compute to me. I want to understand it though. I really want to understand astrology.
You know what is so funny?
I just don't get it.
You know what is so funny? You're a Sagittarius moon, and I was dating this guy, and he was a Sagittarius moon. I know a lot of Sagittarius moons who like are like, I don't care about this stuff enough to like actually memorize it. But when they do memorize it, something's up, right? So I'm like, oh, do you know what like your like big three are in astrology? He's like, I'm a Gemini sun, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. And I was like,
Who told you that?
you got a lot of hoes.
Who told you that?
Who told you that? Because I know some Twitter astrology hoe told you that.
He definitely follows like astrology tweets. And
Yeah.
bookmark some.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then-
I should be doing that.
And then like he like was like asking me like who my favorite artists were, and he was like, oh, you don't listen to Summer Walker? And I was like, what is this? Is this a setup?
Is this a setup?
This is a setup. You did research. This is a setup. So that is how people perceive you, right? So it's not who you are, but that's how people perceive you. It's a part of who you are, but it's a part of how people perceive you. Does that make sense?
That actually did make sense to me.
Okay, come on. And then we have your moon sign, which is going to be your more emotional, subconscious, more like the parts of you that people won't ever get to see unless they get to know you. So your moon sign's in Sagittarius, which makes you really hard to get to know.
Really?
Yeah, low key.
That's interesting because I try very hard to be mysterious, but I just don't stop talking.
No, I'm dead. But the thing about it is, like, you can talk a lot but not say anything.
That's true. I also do a lot of that.
Yeah.
I say a lot of nonsense.
Yeah. Have you had like a consistent sign that you've dated, or a friend that you've consistently like been with, like signs that you're normally always around?
Funny enough, I only know because they normally ask, but Sagittarius. I've dated 2 Sagittarius, and that's about all the information I can provide.
You know, I dated a Sagittarius one time too.
How was that?
He was dating my best friend at the same time. Why is the set quiet? Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's just interesting. But let me see.
Do you want me to deal with him?
I'm dead. We know you have the knives. We know you're strapped, Challan.
No, all reliable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did
Do you see how much muscle I have?
Did the mic get when your shoulder popped?
And if it didn't?
I'm a Sagittarius sun, and I'm a Gemini moon, and I'm a Virgo rising.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Okay, so, wow, this is reading the stars, not reading myself. But
I wish I had like cue cards.
oh, burr, we gotta get those. But
I
like,
just love
save
seeing
the
them,
trees though, low
even
key,
if there's
save the
nothing
trees.
on it.
Save the trees. But I have to say, you know, like, you know, I guess what I would say is, I guess I am like the Sagittarius who's, you know, pretty outgoing and optimistic and, you know, pretty independent, you know, but because I have a Virgo rising, I'm a little bit more demure and dainty, a little bit more Bella Hadid, a little bit more, you know, pretty when you first see me, you know, like I look pretty worldly, like
Exactly.
people are always wondering what's on my mind, like it's so difficult, I leave the house, I get hit on all the time, like I like have supermodel, like, anyways, I'm digressing, but I think that it's so interesting how a chart can sort of build who you are, but also it can sort of you know, people have this weird perspective of astrology where it feels like they think that your chart controls you, or because like the stars control you, and that's actually really not true. It's actually like, you know, astrology is just a map.
I never thought about it. Like, I've definitely heard people say that though. People, I think, definitely think it's more of like what your chart says goes.
Like, think of your astrology chart as your monthly bank statement, just
Okay.
telling you what you spent.
Okay.
That's all it does.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Never thought
Everybody's
about it
is
like that.
different, but that's how I look at an astrology chart.
Never thought of it like that.
Yeah. I actually, okay, so, you know, I think on the forefront, like, I can see you're pretty fun, you're very creative, you're pretty, you know, into yourself, which I love. All those things I love. You're very funny. You're very charming as well. But I'd also like to ask you, what are some things that you feel like people don't know about you?
I don't think anyone really knows because I don't talk about it much, but I used to write books and I used to write music.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what
And I
kind
used
of
to
books?
draw up blueprints for no reason.
Draw up blueprints?
I thought it was so much fun.
Wait a minute, of like what?
Just I would be in class, notebook paper, just drawing up like a blueprint to an apartment in the middle of class.
Challan,
Something about it.
I would get graph paper and I would literally, oh my God, I would get graph paper and I would literally draw like
Schematics.
floor plans.
Yeah. Something
my
about
God.
it. I think
Yes!
we were like dreaming up what we needed because I didn't draw no little where I used to live. I used to draw up like full size 2-story mansions.
No, yeah.
Drawing the little doors with the dashes. I used to do that for class periods. I used to buy composition books.
Yes.
Write full-blown books, throw them away because I hated them. I used to write music. Horrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I feel that.
It was fun.
That's awesome.
I don't think I really talk about that. I don't think people really know that.
Like my dad used to go through my little book. It was like my like book of, I also do write all the time as well. But my dad used to go through my like little book that I would draw my floor plans on. And he would like see like in the corner be like Homely Hills, 6,000 square foot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like
Something
like,
about it.
Like something about that
Something
was
about
just
it.
so.
Didn't
like,
show it to anyone because I didn't think they'd care.
No,
I just
like-
just be doodling my
I
little
wasn't
schematics.
ashamed of it either. I just didn't show it because I was like, y'all don't
What?
care. Like,
you don't
yeah,
care about my
yeah.
random architecture
No,
blueprints.
yeah. Oh my God, I've never related to anybody.
I
on
didn't
this
think
level
that.
right
I
now.
didn't think you were gonna say that you did that too. I thought you were low key gonna giggle a bit.
No, that's just genius as hell.
It was like I wanted to be an architect for so long after.
I actually think I still have my booklet in some book in my parents' attic.
I need you to find that and I need to see it.
No, yeah, it was like a red book, and I could like pull out the pages, and I would literally like draw it up
What?
in class.
I would love to see that.
Yes.
Something about that. Something about that.
First master bedroom, second master bedroom.
Labeling
Yes.
the rooms, restroom 1.
West wing,
West
restroom 2. Literally.
Something about it. Something about
Something about it.
it. I think we were legitimately predicting our future homes.
Yes. I think that's manifestation right there.
Because I want to live, I want to design my home.
Yeah.
Do you? I want to design my home. My end all be all home, I want to design it.
No, totally. I tell everybody that I tell everyone like, and this is probably like going to be used in like 10 years right now, this clip, because I literally tell every single person I'm going to live in a castle.
As you should.
Like my like pinnacle is going to be a crazy ass castle.
As you should.
Yeah. Somewhere
sounds
with like
fantastic.
a huge, yeah.
I want to live in the middle of nowhere with not a single neighbor in sight.
Yeah.
I want if my house was burning down, I want it to just have to burn down because no one could hear that my house was burning down.
My house is burning down.
I would go out in style.
Like, oh no, like, have you ever seen, there's this movie called Material Girls with like Hilary Duff and her sister, and they were like leaving their like Beverly Hills mansion, and they had to grab stuff, and they only grabbed like a really expensive pair of heels, their TiVo. Remember when TiVo was a thing?
Do you know what's crazy? I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what TiVo is? And you were born in 97?
98.
But early 98.
Next question.
Okay. Do you believe in manifestation?
Yes.
Go on.
Yes.
What's like something that you're like, have you manifested anything like before in your life?
I don't know if I thought manifesting was really just kind of really wanting something.
Okay.
And I don't think I do it correctly at all. But I manifest everything. Like anything that I want, I really sit there and like I dream about it. I think about it before I go to bed. I think about it when I wake up.
Yeah.
I started saying it to myself in the mirror. I don't know if you saw it, was a TikTok a long time ago that this girl was like, you should compliment yourself in the mirror when you don't feel pretty, stuff like that. I started doing stuff like that.
Oh my God.
And I'm hoping, I think it's making a difference. I'm hoping that it is. I don't think that's manifestation. I think I'm doing all of it wrong. But whatever that is, that's what I do.
Okay.
Gosh, girl.
Gosh, girl.
Gosh, girl.
Okay, so me and Challan are gonna play a little game with you guys. We're gonna play the he's a blank, but he blank blank. Okay? And also this is also like gender like whatever. So like I just love throwing men under the bus for like literally anything.
Boots.
Boots.
Boots. Literal boots.
Literal boots. Okay, so what did I want to say? Okay.
I have mine ready already.
Go ahead.
He's a 10, but he yells at the waiter.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's a 10, but he makes a scene in the restaurant. Like, everyone's looking at your table.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound dramatic as hell, but that's like a negative too.
No, I agree. I'm sorry.
I'm definitely gonna cuss you out.
I might have to
outside the
get
restaurant.
up and leave.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm in a state of
I'm
fear.
gonna leave you with that bill too.
That's absurd.
absurd.
They're
I'm gonna do one of these and be like,
Do you understand that? No, you need to do a spit take on him.
yes.
I'm sorry, but a waiter would have to spit in my face for me to be rude to them. There's so much I'm willing to
Oh my
ingest
God.
from a waiter.
I feel that.
Sorry.
Especially like working.
That's not a
in,
fun
like,
job. Like
working in like like having a job.
any service job.
Any
is not-
service job.
I've had every service job you could think of. I think waiting was probably the worst one because
Yeah.
people really treat you like you're at their beck and call. Like this is like you're being paid $1 million an hour to treat them.
Let me tell you something. The bitches who worked service jobs know how to disassociate from reality like nobody else. I will let you know that.
I could full on be in your face like this. Yes, I hope you have the greatest day. In my brain, there's not a single thought going through my head.
Yeah, nothing.
Besides, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep.
It's just actually like not even white noise, it's brown
Nothing.
noise.
It's
It's
nothing.
ethnic noise.
There's
It's
not
brown
a single
noise.
thought going through my head.
Yeah, literally nothing.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, cunt. So he's a 10, but he puts his job in front of you every time.
Then he's a 1. I understand work is important. However, every time I
is
need you to
crazy.
find a good playing field, a good level.
Yeah.
Because I want to feel important in
Yeah.
a relationship. When you're in a relationship, I feel like it takes over your life. It becomes like a lot of your life.
Yeah.
You're like completely consistently entertaining another human being for what you would anticipate years. You need to find how to balance us both.
I feel like, because I just personally feel like I'm not desperate for somebody who like makes a lot of money and works a job. Like, I feel like we're all mature adults. Just handle your shit. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's crazy to me. Like,
I also feel like a lot of the time, and this is coming from someone who's had every 9 to 5, and then also right now, I'm pretty busy consistently. I've never really absurdly struggled to like simply text someone and be like, hey, I'm gonna be busy all day. Or like, hey, I don't know when I'll be able to get to you, but I'm just letting you know. I feel like people pretend that's absurdly difficult to do. I mean, to each his own, every situation's different, but I think that, I'm sorry, I feel like there's an opportunity for you to be fair.
and why? Because, say it with me, if he wanted to, he would.
He would. He would.
Boots.
Literal boots. Both of them.
Okay, you go like, what was the last one? You do the last one.
What's my last one? He's a 10, but he does not take a single thing seriously. And I mean a single thing. Everything is a joke.
Okay.
When you're arguing, he's laughing. He's making
Oh my
fun
God,
of
I
you.
literally just had a
But
situation
but
like
he
that.
looks like the number 1 person you're attracted to ever.
Yeah, yes. Yes. Oh my God, it's clipped. Yeah, it's clipped.
Sorry.
It's so
I need an
like,
adult.
Yes. Yeah.
I do fear I need an adult.
That's fucking
That feels
crazy.
like arguing with my little sister at that point.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely upset about something and you're giggling in my face.
Because I feel like
Pardon?
because in those situations, it feels like the bare minimum is a lot to ask for, which is crazy. It's 2022.
Please.
You know what I mean?
Please don't. I'm simply asking you be serious when we're having a serious conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
don't like
crazy.
that.
That's what I'm. Oh my gosh.
He's a 0.
He's a 0. The only thing I was telling my friend, my Ghanaian friend, today on the phone, I was talking to her and I was telling her, the only thing that makes me more upset than disrespect is stupidity. Oh my God, even saying that just makes me so angry. And not like just stupidity, like not ignorance. You know what I mean? Like,
childishness.
yes.
At the end of the day, I'm a full-blown adult. I want to be able to properly communicate with the person I'm dating. And I don't think that you laughing when we're having an argument is really getting me there.
It's really appropriate.
I fear
at all.
it's not. I don't like that at all. That makes you
Yeah.
a negative 4 million
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
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 Gosh,
Oh.
gosh, the neck thing. Gosh,
Okay, next up we have random anonymous submissions of questions from strangers that we're going to react to right now. Play the first one.
So my question is what is the craziest thing a fan has ever said or done when meeting you? Like, was it like weird, crazy, funny, shit like that? Doesn't matter. I just want to know what like your craziest experience with a fan was.
Whoever that was sounded so nice and
They
wholesome.
sound so sweet.
Very wholesome and like, I hope they're doing well today.
I think I love them.
Yeah. Do you have
I absolutely do.
Please go ahead.
I'll keep it simple.
Okay.
I was outside. I think I was on like Melrose or something.
Oh,
I was somewhere.
No.
And a girl comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, can I take a picture with you?" And honestly, I've never really said no, just because even if I didn't want to take it, I'm probably just gonna take it. So I'm like, yeah, of course. I look like super bummy. I look like crazy, but she seemed really excited to meet me. So I was like, boots. We take the picture, right? I get on Twitter maybe.
This is already going left.
I get on Twitter maybe 2 hours later. Look at this ugly bitch I met. I said, that's not boots. That was not classy. Whoever you were, that was very unclassy of you.
Oh my
I
gosh.
I don't cry at social media that much anymore. I cried after that. That really hurt
That was
me.
mean. No, that was just
That
mean.
was mean.
That was mean.
That's after that. I noticed it definitely took an effect on me after. I was really weary of pictures after that because
Yeah.
I just felt like everyone was gonna do it, but not cash grab.
No.
That was not cash grab.
Yeah.
What about
Okay,
you?
I feel like for me, there have been a lot of weird situations, but I think the one that was the funniest, I feel like this is one I want to talk about. It was last year, it was in my era when I was like at the club. And I had just gotten filler in my face for the first time, never doing that again. And there was this guy who just happened to, find himself at our table, and I guess he recognized me. And I was drinking. Let me just be honest, I was off the shits with my friends. I was with my friends, with all my homegirls. We were like having fun, and I just don't. I get to a certain point where I'm like, I don't want to be on any stranger's phone right now, doing anything crazy. We're at a dark club, and he was like, "Can I just take a picture with you?" I was like, "No, not right now. I'm sorry." Like da 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 da. And then he followed me to the bathroom, and then I acted like I could not hear him.
Wait, what?
I know, it's crazy. I acted like I could not hear him, and I literally like went outside, and then I got on top of the table, and then he got on top of the table with me, and he was like, "Can I just take a quick picture with you? I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want to bother you." And I was like, "I can't. I'm in a Disney contract." That's my first lie. That's my first. I've ever out. Like, I've
Wait,
always.
wait,
Like, that's my first lie. That's my first lie. Cause that's my first lie. No, cause like I have a lot of friends
But
who are
what
like.
is he gonna say? No.
No, well, he took the picture anyways. And in the picture, I'm like this. Like literally, I don't know what he did with it, but that's what the picture he took. But the thing is, that's my go-to lie because I have so many friends who like are like Disney actors. And when I heard them say that, I was like, this is genius.
That's actually perfect.
I'm in a
That's literally
contract.
brilliant.
I can't.
That's literally genius.
I can't. I'm in a Disney contract.
I'm
babe.
sorry.
Babe.
I really do want to though. Love you.
Okay, second one. Here we go.
Hi, Antoni Bumba. I'm so shy. Anyway, I have a very good question. So, I just want to know where you shop at and what inspired your fashion sense. Also, what's your skincare routine? Thank you. Bye.
Whoever that was, Shy Queen, we absolutely love you. I don't know if you do the same thing, but I'm kind of really huge on consignment and like vintage thrifting. Most everything that I like own in my closet, besides things that are sent to me, are usually not like bought new. And it's not even like because I'm like I want to be the person who's always like, oh, I'm recycling clothes, like I'm saving the earth. I'm just really big on like eras, and I love the way that things were made earlier. So I hate it that I'm always the bitch who's like, I wish I could tell you guys where it is, but it doesn't have a tag on it.
I feel like at this point, it seems like everyone's lying when they say that. To the
vintage.
point where I just don't even respond because I'm like, you're not gonna believe me
No.
when I tell you. But I promise there's no tag.
No, I've
Not
dead
a
ass
single
seen
tag.
videos where people are like, oh my gosh, like I would tell you, but it's vintage. And the comments are like, oh my gosh, that was literally on Doll's Kill. Like I have the same skirt, like it's from Doll's Kill, like da 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 da.
If that happened to me, I would be like,
That's embarrassing as fuck.
Well-
no, that's why I delete comments sometimes. I'm like, yeah.
no, I'm sorry. This is my world. I'm gonna create the
I'm gonna
dynamic here.
embellish.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna embellish.
I'm big on that. I block anyone.
Yeah.
I will delete any comment. This is whose page?
Whose page? That's what I'm big on.
You're
This
not
is
gonna
my
make me feel
page.
bad on my page.
Yeah, no.
No. Not on my page.
God,
Thank
got me
you.
a war in my mind. All right, so yeah, I do most of my shopping at consignment stores or vintage boutiques, but then I also
I
feel
love
like
your style.
Thank you. I think that my style, I was just talking to my friend about this earlier, it's just a compilation of all the most beautiful women that I think I find in my life, and it's honestly like my foundation is my mom, which is so corny, but she literally is so cool. She's an Aquarius. She's a triple Aquarius, and she's just so cool. She'd always do like a matte face, and when I was younger, I used to watch her get ready growing up. And she was like, it was back when my parents, like, we all like didn't even have that much money. My mom was like a flight attendant, and she was like, you know, she'd like get ready quickly, like put some powder on, throw some blush on, you know, do some mascara, play some music, do a brown lip liner, and then run to her closet, and then she would go missing into her closet, and she'd come out fully changed, putting a heel on, like a movie.
Boots.
Like a movie. It was so cunt. And so, you know, that inspired my style. And as far as skincare, again, it's my mom. The way that my mom would not let us leave the house if we were looking ashy. The way that if my lips did not look like the sun itself could find its own reflection on my lips, like I could not go anywhere. And she, you know, she kind of taught me to really, you know, stay hydrated all the time, moisture and drinking water, doing everything. Your first thing is like, is hydration. It's not that complicated. Hydration, and also the importance of implementing exfoliation into your routine, like at like weekly, is so effective. And then, you know, once you get to your 20s, it's just about, you know, sun damage. Make sure that you're using SPF, like all those vibes.
I mean, she set you up correct, because I'm looking at you right now. Your skin is flawless.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I used a moisturizer for the first time ever when I was 21. I was doing full faces of makeup with not a single moisturizer under.
Oh my god.
No primer. I didn't know what primer was. I didn't know how to use it. Yeah, I actually learned about moisturizer for the first time in the Fenty house when I lived there.
No.
That was the makeup artist is like, so what's your skincare routine? And I'm like, what? He's like, your skincare routine before your makeup? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
He's like dragging this moisturizer over.
He has the Tatcha, that purple, that $80. He's like,
that's
yeah.
what I use to
It's
moisturize my
good.
face.
It is good.
It is good.
It's
Oh my
that
God.
girl.
Yeah, no, I actually like.
No, both of our titties are literally like
popping out.
Come on.
No, really quickly, I will say, like, Tatcha, if you see this, I love you. Sponsor us. But
Thank you.
I will let you know, like, people ask me like what I use for my skincare, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, this is what I use. They're like, oh fuck, it's so expensive. I'm like, see, they invite me to come to their events. I bring a big bag. And I get it from my girls too. I get it from my friends too. Like, I will get enough products for me and my girls. We are all staying young forever. You know what I mean? Boots.
No, that was me with sunscreen.
Yeah.
Didn't start using sunscreen until like 3 months ago.
Oh my gosh, big secret. Did not start using sunscreen until I literally had a brand deal.
For sunscreen?
I was like, you guys all need to be using SPF.
And mind you, I just didn't know anything about it. I really didn't think, you know, black people be like, black people don't need sunscreen.
I'm like,
I was
good.
I was a firm believer in that. I was like, okay, boots then. Like, I don't need boots. Like, I don't need no sunscreen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
I apply it now, like,
you definitely
every
do need
day.
sunscreen.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm still getting used to, my friend Folke, she taught me, like, mixing it with your moisturizer.
Oh,
that's my
kind.
vibe right now.
That's
I use like the Supergoop one, because that one's really good.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
not white or anything. It's clear. So I just use that with my moisturizer, and I'm adjusting. Now, they did lose me. The skincare girls lost me with the reapplying during the day.
Oh no, once a day, babe. Once a bit, cause yeah. That's like that's like
That's a bit much, babes. That's a bit much. I'll take the skin damage at that point. Thank you.
no, yeah. It's a Sagittarius thing right there. It's like
It is?
Yeah, it is. I mean, like once.
Because I'm a Sagittarius rising falling. Exactly.
You're a Sagittarius moon, babe.
Sagittarius moon is what I said.
Okay, so let's hear our very last one. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
My name is Lucy Bruce, and my question is, what is the most embarrassing thing to happen to you while you're on a date?
Okay, Lucy. Mwah, kisses. Love you. So I think the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me on a date, it wasn't even my fault. It was so bad. Like, it was so bad. We were supposed to get sushi, and then it was closed. It was Valentine's Day. And then we were like, oh, and this is my first date with this guy. And then I was like, oh, like, let's just go to this Italian restaurant. It's right next door. And we're like, okay, cool. We went there, and the wait was 25 minutes. He didn't want to wait. First red flag. So childish.
Patience is a virtue, babe.
It's a virtue for real. Like, you know what? I'm outside. Like, you know what I mean?
We're already here.
We're already here. So whatever. He takes me to this fucking place called Chubby's Tacos. And it's one of those places where you walk up to the freaking cashier and you order from the menu in the sky, and then you sit down and they bring you your food, and you're sitting at like benches. And it was so bad. The worst part is the fact that he hit me with the, oh shit.
No, he didn't.
I forgot.
No, he didn't.
I forgot my wallet. Can I just Venmo you for this? I was like, you know what?
And that's what it been when I forgot mine too.
Yeah.
And then I guess we'd have to clock in.
Oh God.
Sorry.
No, but I literally was like, you know what? No, I'll just pay for it. It's fine. And then when I got he was like, do you like want to keep hanging out, or do you want to, you know, call it a day? At this point, I already texted my friend. She's at the restaurant waiting for me.
Can you like call me in 2 minutes?
Yeah,
and say I have to go home?
No, literally, no. She was at another restaurant waiting for me because like we were gonna actually like go have a nice
Actual
time.
dinner.
An actual dinner someplace else. But I got out of the restaurant, didn't even hug him, got in the car, and I'm animatedly talking shit about him to my friend on the phone. And I look over at the red light, and he is in his car staring at me, knowing I'm talking so
He's a lip
much shit
reader.
about him.
He's a lip reader.
Yeah.
He sensed it.
Yeah.
No, he sensed you talking about him. He wasn't even going to be at that red light.
God.
He sensed it. Then he pulled up.
Yeah. What are the odds of us going the
That's
opposite
No, that's
direction?
insane.
Yeah, no. That was
Timing wise,
crazy.
everything, that's insane.
It was embarrassing. I felt a lot of embarrassment in that moment, but I'm like, the fact that like I shouldn't feel embarrassed. He should feel embarrassed.
What am I embarrassed about?
What am I
had a
embarrassed
horrible
about?
date. Dates are not always great.
Yeah.
I get to talk about that to my friend.
Real life. What about you?
I wonder if the guy has ever heard me tell the story. I tell it all the time. I was in like middle school, high school, like or that age, like that 6th grade, 7th grade age group. And we were going to the movies. Like, you know, that was like the movie date place. Like you go to the movies or you go to the mall.
Okay.
So we went to the movies, and you know, movie stairs are like super short and long sometimes.
Yes.
So you know me, I really want to impress this boy. I'm like trying to switch really hard, walking up the stairs. Mind you, I fully said, whoop, in front of him and everyone in the theater. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe that's humiliating, but maybe he'll help me up. I look over.
Oh, shit.
I'm on the ground like this.
Oh, God.
And I'm looking at him like, I hate you. I just hate you. I get up and I have to pretend like that didn't happen. We go down to the movie, sit in silence the whole time. You know, on a movie during the date, there's like cute little whisper. It was a nice silent vibe,
What
and then I
movie
never
did you guys
spoke to him
see?
again. I honestly don't even remember. I try to pretend that night didn't happen.
No.
So yeah, that was so embarrassing. I hate falling, for one, and then I hate falling in front of people. I feel like that's the most
That's really embarrassing.
thing is. And then it wasn't like a trip. Like I was sprawled on the ground. Like,
No, like legs.
it was like a Cartoon
shins up,
Network.
legs, like
a Family Guy fall.
no.
Yeah, like a Peter Griffin leg by my head. Like it was one of those. It was bad for me. Yeah.
No.
And then I'm pretty sure he made fun of me at school the next day.
Yikes.
No. That story's my party trick. I think it's so funny as an adult now.
Oh my
like, why was I that
gosh.
embarrassed? I fell off the
When you're
stairs.
at a party
okay.
and like you're meeting people and you're tipsy and they're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I'm like, do you know what happened to me?
And they're like,
I fell down the
no.
stairs in front of my date.
Also,
Mind you,
I'm
they
like,
don't care.
I never care, but I'm always like, what happened? No. Like literally all the time. Like
I will
whatever.
listen to a drunk story.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah. I'm like, this might go somewhere, so I'm not gonna miss out.
I'm sorry, but they're always good. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever heard a bad one.
Yeah, no.
They're always
no,
interesting.
yeah.
Because they told us while they were drunk, because that was the only thing on their mind right now. Yeah. That's what when I'm drunk, I say just about anything.
No.
Just about anything. I do this thing with my friend. We just say anything, and it's not one cohesive thought. It's just a sprawl of nonsense. And none of it makes any sense. I think in my video, it like switched on, and I started talking about Santa Claus being my boyfriend.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. I mean, wow, Shallan, what an experience, my love. What an experience. Do you want to quickly tell our audience where they can find you?
You can find me on any platform at CHALLXN. Challan with the X is the second A. And then my YouTube is the only different one. It's my actual name. It's just Challan. But everywhere else is Chillaxin.
You know what is so crazy is I can tell you've had to say that so many times.
Yeah, I don't even say it anymore. I spell it out every time because if I don't, people think my name is Chillaxin.
You know, actually, Shaolin, you're at the point now where if people just look up your name, they'll find you no matter what your ad is.
It's the pronunciation that gets because my name isn't traditionally spelled how it's pronounced.
Yeah,
I
you're right,
believe.
you're
I think it's people would expect it to be a S, so it's always a whole thing.
Low key, you do give S girl vibes.
My mom made my name up, like it's a made up name.
Wow.
Challan. What I looked it up one time. It's a document in another country. Google Challan and go to images. It's not me. It's not me.
I'm dead. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Reading the Stars. And remember to follow, review, and rate the podcast wherever you can stream it. And remember to subscribe to Past Your Bedtime on YouTube. Mwah. See you next week.
Reading the Stars is produced by Brat TV and Picture Start. It's hosted and executive produced by Antoni Bumba. Our lead producer is Katie Felber, with help from Emmanuel Staller and Neha Gandhi. Our editor is Brian Felber. Our talent coordinator is Carrie Brooks, with help from Amanda Maddox. And our head of production is Chase Logan, with sound provided by Extreme Music. Executive producers are Rob Fishman from Brat TV and Eric Feig of Picture Start. Special thanks to Darlene Kenny and everyone else who made this show possible.